Thanks again for joining us for another edition of the In Conversation with series. I'm Naomi, a Careers and Employability Coordinator here at the university, and today I'm joined by Ruth Crawford. Ruth lives in Northern Ireland and studied early years education with qualifying teacher status at the University of Cumbria, as well as working as a student ambassador before graduating in 2018. Since 2018, Ruth has been a substitute teacher in Northern Ireland, including both day-to-day and longer-term teaching. Ruth, thanks for joining us today.
No, thank you for having me.
It's really good to have you here.
Yeah, no.
So many teachers say that teaching is something that they've always wanted to do. Was that the case for you?
Yes and no. I've always knew that I wanted to work with like children, but I sort of had thought about like nursing to begin with, and then I thought about maybe like day nurseries, and then I just sort of teaching just appeared, and that's how it started. It wasn't sort of a yes, I've always wanted to be a teacher. It was a I knew I wanted to work with children, but I don't know in what aspect. So no, kind of.
So it was something that you kind of found out a little bit more about and then thought that it would be the right step for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. And so could you tell us about working as a substitute teacher? What's it like, and perhaps what you enjoy most about the role?
It's not for everyone, and I've met like a lot of my friends who are subbing at the minute don't enjoy it, but I really love it. It's just that kind of flexibility. So at the minute I'm covering long-term sick, so I am in every single day, but in September I was only working a day here and a day there, and it's just that kind of you get to go into different schools and you get to sort of see what skills you like. It sounds really bad, but jobs come up and you think, oh, should I apply for it? But if you've been in the school and you've experienced it, you then know, well, actually I don't fit in there, or I do fit in there. And it's just those like day to day where you get different experiences, and even the long term, you're in schools. I've been in school a year and a half once, and then I'm only in for 6 months this time, but you get to see the differences and you learn so many new things from like different schools, and I really enjoy it, definitely.
Sounds like it can be quite varied then.
Yeah, no, like it can be. So there was a week at one point I was doing a nursery in one day, went to like P7 on the Tuesday, which is year 6, then went back to like reception. It varies so much, but it's so fun, that kind of way, like you enjoy it and the kids get on really well with you, and it is just a bit more chills because you're not really their teacher as such. You're just in to sort of look after them for the day, and you have a bit more fun kind of thing. So yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like something a bit different.
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you enjoy most about your role then?
I think being in the different schools and being able to like learn more. I've always loved learning. So like being in different schools and being able to, pick up different teaching, picking up different resources, like how they do it and seeing how they do it, and maybe seeing how I can change what I do. It's just nice to be in and get the experience of so many people and get advice from like so many different people. Like I've been in country schools where there's maybe only 100 pupils to big town schools where there's over 500. So it's nice to see like the different approaches of how they do their classes, and how they teach and how they get everyone engaged, and even sort of from like the schools that are sort of not as like low poverty schools as well, like seeing how they look after the kids compared to schools that maybe are in a better off place. You get to see how they approach their learning differently as well. So it is just learning. I'm still learning, which I love. It's great.
That sounds really useful as well.
Yeah, definitely.
To kind of help you build up a bank of skills there.
Yeah, definitely.
Great. So is there a particular moment that stands out as maybe your most rewarding moment since you've been teaching?
I don't know if I have. This question really stumped. I sort of was sitting and I was like, I don't have one. You always have the wee moments you get. So when you're in school long term, you see the kid when you go in, and then you see when you leave and how they've improved, and that's rewarding. But also the wee moments, like I was in school yesterday and some of them were just, oh, I love you. And it's like, oh, thank you. But it's just those wee moments where they're like, oh, you're the best. And I'm like, oh, thanks, because you have your days where you just constantly, you're on them, you're shouting at them, there is hard days, and then you just get oh, you're the best, or I love you, and you think, actually, this is worth it, have a few more hard days just to hear that again, it is just the wee moments you get with them is most rewarding, really. Definitely.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like that would be nice feedback to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for any of our students or soon-to-be graduates that are considering working as a substitute teacher, what advice would you give to them?
Try it. Definitely have a go. It is, I remember first coming out in the September and thinking, oh, substitute, how, like, I wasn't a confident person. How am I going into these different schools every day? Just try it and be confident, be flexible. Some mornings I didn't get phone calls to 8 o'clock to be in at 8:30. You have to be up and ready and just be willing to do what you need to do. Sometimes it is, oh, I have to do that again, or, the last minute phone calls can be annoying, but you just have to be flexible and, just try it and, try the different skills and just see what you like. And you don't know what opportunities come along through it. So it's definitely worth, trying subbing. It's really good.
Definitely, yeah. And so did you find your work through registering with an agency then, and they would call you for work? Yeah.
Yes, we have one overall agency in Northern Ireland, so we do it all through them. So we log on to their website and all, and that's how you get booked. But I think England's different. I have a friend who over there, you have different agencies. I'm not 100% sure, but just get into an agency and get, what you can. Definitely, like, it is, day to day, and it isn't permanent, but it is experience, and all the jobs that you are advertised are, you need the experience, and there's no other way of getting it than getting into an agency and getting subbing as much as you can. Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice. So do you think there are any qualities or attributes that help newly qualified teachers to succeed? You mentioned there kind of getting the experience and just going out and doing it. Do you think there's anything else that's useful there?
Being flexible. There's a lot of times where you're sort of maybe asked to do things and you maybe have other stuff to do, and you just have to try it. They are looking to you as a possible teacher someday, so you need to be able to, yes, I can do that, no problem, or even asking questions. They don't expect you to know it all, so you need to make sure that if you don't know, that you ask, instead of just doing something and getting it completely wrong and then they'll not have you back. Just make sure that you are, trying your best to, it is basically a placement again. It's the only way I viewed it. You have this work to do as well, but you also need to make sure that you're impressing as you do it, and just make sure you're flexible and you're asking questions, because we're still learning. You still have that in QT year just to keep learning. So definitely just keep treating it as I sort of just keep treating it as a placement. So, just do it that way, and just make sure you're asking questions and being flexible and going out of your way to try and do things, because it really stands out for the school if you really do that. So yeah.
I think that's really good advice, particularly around thinking about, how you come across to the people you're working with. Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah. So maybe thinking back to perhaps 2016, 2017, when you were studying for your degree, what advice would you give to your younger self thinking about, graduation and going into the world of work?
Yeah. I would have jumped in a bit more. Like, I was sort of at the start very timid. I did put off registering with our agency for a while. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. It was just very daunting. All of a sudden you've gone from being in a classroom with someone helping you to looking around going, oh, here, I have to do this now. It is scary, and I just sort of have a bit more confidence and be more willing to just jump in and try it, because you don't know what comes off from just jumping in and having a go. It's more beneficial, definitely. But yeah, just confidence.
Yeah, I think that can be sometimes a difficult one for people just leaving university. I think that's really good advice, just to try things and see if you like it, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. Don't be scared to try it. If it doesn't work, you've tried, move on. It's no big problem, but definitely try.
Absolutely, yeah. So thinking about our class of 2021 and the students and soon-to-be graduates who are listening.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you so much for talking to us, Ruth.
Thank you.
I'm sure that our education and teaching graduates are going to find this really useful, especially hearing from someone, who is on the ground, having those experiences with pupils. So thank you so much.
No, thank you. It was great talking to you.
You too. Thanks. Take care.
Bye. Bye.